Hey guys, so today I'm going to talk about going paleo and how I went paleo and some suggestions if you're thinking about going paleo. So my husband and I went paleo over the course of 6 months. It will take you a very long time to go paleo. You have to rethink everything that you know about food, and you have to rethink like when you're shopping, like you can't buy certain things that you usually buy, and you have to kind of restock an entire pantry. I restocked all of my herbs. So this is how I went paleo. During the first month of paleo, because it took 6 months, my husband and I ate all the gluten and anything that we could get our hands on in the house that did not adhere to the paleo diet. So we didn't really change anything, we just tried to eat everything so we didn't waste any money or have to throw anything away. During the second month, we went gluten-free. So we just took 1 whole month and cut out gluten completely. So I had to rethink going to the store. Don't buy bread, buy something different and substitute for the bread, substitute this for that. I had to start thinking that way, and that was really good because it got harder as it went on. So during the third month, we cut out dairy, and that was the hardest one for me. I decided that I was going to eat organic dairy and pastured dairy, like raw milk and things like that. So I didn't give up dairy completely, but we gave up any non-organic dairy, anything that wasn't grass-fed and pastured. In the fourth month, we gave up our rice and our beans. So you can't have rice or beans on the paleo diet, but you can have quinoa, and I think you can have lentils. I'm not quite sure, but I still eat lentils. And during the fifth month, I redid my entire pantry, as in I got rid of all of my herbs that were not organic. I went out and bought all new herbs that were organic, and that took like almost all day, because the herbs that when I went to the store, they come in these plastic bags. You fill it yourself, and you have to buy these bottles and then refill each bottle and label each bottle. But I'm so glad I did it. So now I only own the herbs that I use. I don't own a bunch of extra stuff. And by the 6th month, we were basically 100% paleo, unless you count still eating the organic grass-fed butter and cheese and stuff. There were 2 things I noticed on the paleo diet. One, I did lose a little bit of weight, not a whole lot, but I felt better. I had more energy. And number 2, all of my pre-diabetes symptoms went away. And this really helped me. I've always had that brain fog around 2 p.m. and I've always had the shaky sugar problems. And on paleo, you can't eat sugar. So this diet has basically revolutionized my life. And now I'm going to go over the 2 books that I think that if you're going to go paleo that you should buy. So the first book I bought is called Practical Paleo. It is by Diane Sanfilippo. I'm sure I pronounced that wrong. And this is like the Paleo Bible. As in, it has a whole, this part of the book is all about like questions you may have about paleo, how to diagnose yourself, if you have any chronic diseases, what the paleo diet actually does, digestion, eating in restaurants, and tips about stocking your pantry. This is just amazing. Whenever I have a question, I can find the answer in this book. It can be very overwhelming at first. Like I bought this at month 3 and it was still overwhelming even though we were working towards becoming paleo. This thing also has meal plans and tons of recipes, but I don't really use it for the meal plans or the recipes. I mean, sometimes, but it's just like a paleo resource. This is just everything I wanted. The second book I bought was called Well Fed by Melissa Jolin, and I'm going to get her second book, which is called Well Fed too. And these are like basic paleo recipes. She also tells you what to put in your pantry. When you start cooking paleo, like the raw materials you need are so different than what I had been cooking with. I had to rethink like what things I would stock. Like I don't buy milk. I would usually buy coconut milk instead of milk now. And like I don't buy peanut butter anymore. I buy almond butter. So you have to kind of rethink just like the basic things that you need to have on hand when you're preparing your meal. And these are like basic everyday meals. I use this book all the time. I've made a whole bunch of the recipes. I love them. They're extremely easy to substitute things in and out for, if you don't want to eat tomatoes or something like that. I did get a third book for free. It's called Paleo Chef. I can't say that word either. And this, I would say, is kind of like a gourmet cookbook. I got it for free from Blogging for Books to review on my blog, and I did do that. So this is like something I would look at if we were having guests over and I wanted to create something really exotic for holidays and stuff like that. But it's not really helpful for me, at least, for everyday cooking because it requires a lot of prep. So yeah, I went paleo. I was paleo, completely paleo for 3 months before I got pregnant. In my first trimester of pregnancy, I tried to stick with the diet. The second trimester, I was just sick, and my husband had to take over cooking because of my nausea. So we kind of let the paleo thing slip. I'm now 6 months pregnant, and we are trying to get back on the bandwagon of paleo. It is safe for pregnancy. I did check with my OB, and she said it's completely safe for pregnancy. I just need to keep eating extra food, more than I normally would. But I'm excited about getting back on the paleo diet. I really, really, really love it, and I would recommend it to anyone who's having any sorts of problems with food, like chronic inflammation or brain fog or just like sleepy problems or diabetic problems. So yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions. I'm certainly not a paleo expert, but I'll do my best to answer them because I really do love this diet and it really did help me a lot. And of course, not every diet is for everyone. I know some people that are vegan and they feel completely amazing being vegan or raw vegan or vegetarian. Every person's body is different and not everything is going to work for everyone. I also tried veganism and vegetarianism and they definitely did not work for me at all. The paleo diet, it works for me, it works for my husband, and I am extremely and 100% thankful. So yeah, have a great day. Bye.